Hello, welcome to today's channel update video. First, welcome to all you new subscribers who joined me since the beginning of the year, really. I know content has been really low this year. My goal is 15 a month, roughly. At least 15 a month, I should say. Now, my health's back to normal, and Adepticon's over. I'm back in the groove. So hopefully we'll start seeing the content back up to where I want it and where you can benefit from it finally. So please feel free to share videos you run across and comment in any of my videos. Let me know other ideas you might have for things you might want to see on the channel. So let's kind of go over March, what was and kind of what's coming in April and beyond. March has been a great month for me. It was a chance to kind of almost do a restart. Being ill was not fun. Basically messed up 2 full months of the year, almost 2.5 if you go actually, because it started in December. But it kind of forced me to stop, and I couldn't do much. I tried to do a little bit. I was able to start doing some commission work. So I saw tank busters, and I did some Infinity models, which I wasn't able to video because I couldn't really arrange the time to do the painting and do the videos and still meet my commitment on the deadline for that. But those were the kind of projects I was working on until I was finally able to arrange the purchase of some decals I needed to get my tanks going again. So that both those projects are going real well. I'm at a point where now we're about to start doing the weathering. I've got tank busters are still in process. Those are extremely detailed. I never imagined how much detail was on those. The Games Workshop pictures, they're really mostly Goth orcs, so they're overall black. The details don't pop out at you as much in those pictures, and they only show you one side. They don't show you the front and back. But man, there's a lot of detail on those. So it's taking a lot longer than I expected, eating into my time for the painting, hobby time, as well as doing some actual video time. But hopefully this week those will be done. Work on the highlights and detail paint, and then we'll be hopefully good to go with those. Adepticon came around, and that was a complete eye-opener. Blew me away. It was a lot of fun, and the week leading up to it was really cool, because the week before Adepticon, I took that week off to work with the history teacher at the high school, and again run through one of the mini terms. I help out every year there. This year, both classes were related to game design, and we used 40K and Armada, or 40K one page and X-Wing to kind of teach and highlight some of the concepts around game design, and especially varying levels of complexity. Some of the concepts about setting and scale and things like that, and rule sets and all that. And it was a blast. So there was a lot of effort put into those. Kind of really got me in the mood for Adepticon, and when it was finally time to place my orders for some of the fun stuff, I was able to get my the rest of the models for my first Polish Armor Division, 10th Dragoons, and 8th Rifle, so I can get 2 complete platoons, all completed, finished, including the half tracks for the Dragoons. So I was able to get that. I finally started my Necron army by ordering my very first Necron model, and bummer of it all is it got here the Monday before Adepticon. I was going to do an unboxing video, but since it was only one model, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, so I didn't bother videoing it. It's a good thing I didn't, because when I opened the box, and it was a huge box, I looked down at my beautiful new Necron Tomb Citadel tile. Yes, my first Necron model is the Tomb Citadel tile. And there was this crack, probably about 12 inches long, or along 1/4 corner of the snaking its way. And I didn't even take it out of the box. I just took pictures, sent it in. Forge will send out another one. It arrived today after Adepticon, and it looks great. I'm really excited about it. So, pretty cool, I think. when I was at Adepticon, I did some bits searching and found the Tesla Destructors and the Gauss Exterminator bits I needed to make the gun emplacements and my version of a sentry gun to at least stand in until I get a real sentry gun. I don't have the death ray or the heat gun, but I did buy a bit for, I think it's the death ray, but I gotta double check. Either way, I'm gonna need the heat ray, heat gun, death ray, and Gauss Exterminator. I need all three eventually because I want to have options. So that was all really cool. Can't wait to start seeing that. So that's a project that's about to launch. I'm going to start that in April because I just need the time to kind of collect my thoughts around how I'm going to go about doing it, colors and all, you know what I mean. But when I was getting ready to do Adepticon, one of the things I was preparing for was the purchase of my first unit of models, which was going to be Wraiths. The reason was I came up with this, what I thought was a really, really cool idea for the way my Wraiths are going to look. Completely different from anything I'd ever seen anyone do. And I was caught up in this Necron Codex leak business that came out. And there was a website, there was a YouTube channel that had some content for Necrons doing Codex review stuff. It wasn't Nick's, so it wasn't 40K. But there was one that I took a look at and I saw what I thought was going to be a review of kind of units in the Codex, but it was actually models, a review of models, which, on the face of it, it's not a bad thing. But the very first image that I saw when I clicked on the video was staring right back at me was the concept for Wraiths that I was going to be doing. And it's like, oh, there really is nothing new under the sun. Very frustrating. So I'm going to kind of let the cat out of the bag now, since it already exists out there in the real world. Let you know what I'm going to do. Necrons have little scarabs. They have those anthracites or whatever, the dragonfly-looking things that in Forge World. They've got centipedes in the form of tomb stalkers and tomb sentinels. They've got the Necron spiders. So why not make the Wraiths, which are kind of floaty-looking things, into scorpions? So I'll have more of an insectoid, canoptic portion of my army. So that's the approach I'm going to take. And I was actually looking at some Necron models as I was helping out with the games in that high school mini-term, because Necrons are one of the armies played there, and I was just looking at those Wraith models and picturing, okay, how to make the tail, how to make the stinger, what would be the stinger, how to make the claws, and it all kind of came together all before I saw that picture. So I'm excited still, disappointed that it's not as original as I thought it was, but what can I say? That's going to be starting up hopefully soon. If I get this Tank Buster commission done, I'll probably get the Wraiths next. Now, going forward, I also have, in addition to my half-tracks that I'll be doing for the 10th Dragoons, I won't be doing the 10th Dragoon build-out and the 8th Rifle build-out because we've already seen that. You don't need to see me finish out the platoons. Everything I would want to cover about making those infantry, I've done. But the half-tracks are a different unit, a different model. I'm going to probably showcase some things there. A lot of it are on scale modeling, some techniques, and definitely some kind of history about the M5 half-track versus the M3 or whatever. But I have a commission to do several U.S. tanks as well, and so I'm going to do that. Now, it's going to be along the lines of what the British tanks, I did the Cromwell build I did, but I'm going to talk more about some of the U.S., this is a U.S. paint scheme, U.S. colors, so I'm going to try to focus more on things that would be more U.S. based, just in case there are people who are interested in the U.S. vehicles and want to pay more attention to weathering for U.S. and all the kind of details that come around that. More than was in just my Sherman tank video, which actually is a British tank, a British units using it, my Polish 1st Armor Division. So that's kind of the angle I'm going to take with those. You'll probably see some techniques. I'm going to go start to finish with that entire project, just like my Cromwells, with the lower, the undercarriage painting separate from the upper, the regular body, to get the different weathering effects. We'll see how that all plays out. It's going to look, I can't wait to finish these things out. They're just going to be really fun to paint. Looking forward to it. So those projects are going to come out. This week I've got a few product review videos I'm going to come out with, because I did pick up a couple models or kits and some other products that I think I want to show off. Some of them I'm going to unbox it right there in front of you. Others I've opened up because I couldn't wait, and I'll just show you what I see and what I saw, and hopefully it'll benefit you. We'll see. After that, we've got still have to pick up the work again on the Titanosaur, which will be my Titan, for the Bio-Titan equivalent for my Exudates. I'm not really going to be doing much in the space of the Tyranid or Eldar stuff for now. I'm focusing on the Necrons and Tau. Tau just came out of the Codex. Really psyched about that. You saw my little read of kind of how it would affect my army. So we'll see how that actually plays out, and I'll just kind of review as I go through some of those. Hopefully I'll start being some more bat reps. Yeah, I think I'm getting in a situation where I'll be doing more of those. That'll be kind of nice, finally. But I'll be focusing on Tau first. I really enjoy playing my orcs, though, in this. I don't know, 8th edition to me is not my favorite. I'll be honest with you guys. But I really enjoy playing my orcs in 8th edition. I don't know why that is, but that's what it is. So, but I am going to start doing more bat reps with, I guess, my Tau. I certainly hope Tau are not as, I wouldn't use the term broken, as they were in maybe 7th edition, some of the aspects they had, especially the formations. But we'll see how it plays out. So you start seeing more of those will come out. Something new that's happening kind of alongside the channel is I'm helping with a Let's Play series with another YouTube channel. They're working kind of with the Hobby Shop. Hobby Shop is actually sponsoring their video series. It's essentially kind of, if you've ever seen Will Wheaton's Geek and Sundry's tabletop, it's kind of like that, only a little more family friendly. And we're going to go through different types of tabletop games. We've just launched it. The edit video, I think, is still being edited, so we'll see how that works. Probably every couple weeks, maybe weekly. I don't know. We're still working out the details, but I'm going to be involved in that. That'll be kind of cool. I'm not doing any of that video editing or stuff, but I will kind of share that information on my project update, on my channel updates. On my Facebook page, I'll link to those particular videos and the channel for that. So that's kind of a sort of an exciting turn of events for me. I'm really kind of happy about that. It'll be kind of fun. I get to play games that I don't normally get involved in. Matter of fact, the first two I got to play, I saw the first one played once on Geeks and Sundry, and I got to play it. It was a lot of fun. The second one I've never seen. I don't even think I saw it, the game itself, in the Hobby Shop, but I got to play it, and it actually was pretty fun. I'm not one normally for card games, but that really that had a little more flavor than some of them that I have been exposed to. So, but anyway, when those come out, I'll let you guys know. So keep an eye out for that. What else has gone on? this has been a very interesting month, and it's just the last couple weeks seem to be a flurry of activity because of Adepticon. So let's just talk about Adepticon real quick. It's something I would definitely recommend anyone to try. Maybe Adepticon might be too far from you, so if there's a gaming convention nearby you haven't ever gone to one, give it a shot. It's a lot of fun, especially if you got friends going. That just makes the experience that much more fun. I went up there. I knew 2 guys were going. We talked a lot about it ahead of time. But I ran into 3 others, and 4 others just happened to, And it's great when your friends are there. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. But I think even without that, it could be fun. It will be fun. Things that so I was surprised at in this particular one was what I found myself doing. When I first got there, I knew I had a seminar to go to about YouTube channel kind of stuff. I had a combat patrol for bolt action. I had a completely hilariously fun, off-the-wall kind of custom game, Orc Flyers versus Imperial Flyers, 40K models, in a narrative thing they were doing. And then on 40K Combat Patrol. Now, but there's a lot of other dead time. What was I going to do? Well, yeah, I went through the, the vendor area, shopped, so to speak. It was cool. I met the guy who wrote Frostgrave. That was cool. I didn't go get autographs or anything like that, but it was really nice. And yeah, I did thank him a lot for coming up with such a great game, because it really, for me, it's a lot of fun. Our group has a blast with it. But I got to meet the author. That's really kind of neat. You know, these people are as unassuming. They're not like they don't look any different than any of us. They're just geeky, just as nerdy, and to talk to him is just sometimes really nice. Saw the guy who did the seminar I was part of. Adam Lapper from Tabletop Minions. Saw him and actually was part of his seminar. So saw a couple others. There's the Mini War Gaming guys were there. Didn't bother talking to them. I mean, they don't know me from Adam. Anybody else. So who else is it? I forget her name. There's another girl who does some just hobby and 40K type videos. Just out there gaming. They weren't being YouTubers. They were just being gamers. And that's really kind of neat. So it was nice to see all these different people that I happen to recognize. Oh, Jay Knight from what is it? Mini War Gaming Jay, his channel. He was out there with Badger by the Badger booth. Badger had a great deal on their airbrushes, and so I did pick up a Patriot. So now I've got my gravity feed airbrush to do some of the other detail work I want to do, and I think I'm all set airbrush wise now. What else is it? It was amazing because one of the things I didn't recognize, maybe I didn't remember, but I may have heard about it, but there's this section, the hobby area. It's just a bunch of tables lined up with work lamps provided. And you go there and you just paint, build models. That's what it's there for. And chat. There's just the whole area was filled with people painting their miniatures, and some of the miniatures were huge. They were just enjoying themselves, enjoying the company, enjoying the time to just paint and relax away from home. There's a rack of Reaper paints that you could use, Master Series paints that you could pull from. It's a communal paint pot, basically. And you just provide the brushes and the models. I spent a lot of time there just chatting with my son, who painted 5 of his Space Marines there, and a friend of mine we were working some bases of some of the armies he was going to be playing later in the week. Just chatting. It was a lot of fun. Got the opportunity to sit and chat with a lot of people who were playing the games. Most of the time it was so crowded in the 40K halls that I gravitated toward the bolt action area because it was a lot quieter, relatively speaking. And so, I got to just start talking with guys, looking at their armies, sharing stories, just chatting. In the process, roped into helping out with one of the tournaments, so I was playing Italians to fill in for somebody who couldn't be there. And I was a ringer, so I didn't qualify for anything, but it was kind of nice. I got to play more bolt action again with army I never played, never saw, but it was a lot of fun. And got to meet a whole lot of new people. Had some really fun games. It's definitely worth it. So whenever you get a chance to go to a gaming convention, do so, just at least once. Just see what it's all about. With seminars, hopefully some modeling space, hobby space, vendors to talk to and buy stuff from. So yeah, go with a budget of some sort. Lots of different kind of games. Just there's so much there that you'll be able to relax and enjoy yourself. And if it's a convention that's not too big, you can find some quiet space away without having to leave the convention site to find that peace and quiet. So give it a shot next time you have the opportunity. All right, so I guess the only other thing I want to bring up is I'm going to try to do some improvements to the channel. First with lighting. I definitely need to do something different about lighting. Learn a little bit more about that at the seminar, but I gotta pull together the money to do what I'm looking for. I'm going to shop around for things. But the one thing that I want to try to do is change video editing software. So I'm going to post the same question on one of the Facebook groups, but I want to put that out there to everyone who watches here. If you're a video editor for any reason, whether you do YouTube or not, can you give me an idea, what video editor do you use, and can you kind of tell me why you like it and things you don't like about it? Just like in the pros and cons. Because I want to kind of get a feel for, if I were to just do a search, I may just miss something just because I don't know what I'm necessarily looking for. The way Google works, it's going to prioritize searches based on, pay, so whoever's paying the most. So some of the video software you may use may not even show up on a Google search until page 10. So give me some feedback. Let me kind of know, because then I'll have a broader selection to kind of investigate. Because I'm outgrowing Video Player, whatever Microsoft's free version's called. Because I want to do some things, and not necessarily fancy things, but there's definitely things I want to be able to do. So this would definitely help. So lighting and new video editor are the things coming sometime this year. We'll have to see how that plays out. Alright, well, that's the channel, where it's at right now and where it's headed. So it's been a great month. I'm looking forward to April. Going to get back into the groove of 15 videos a month, and we'll see what new stuff can come out. Alright, thanks for sticking with me. Again, share, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely click the notification bell if you want to keep up to date on the videos as I release. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.